Hello students. In last class we studied about some chemical properties of acids which were reaction with metal, reaction with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. We also studied how to detect the presence of carbon dioxide gas. We will discuss some more properties of acids and a few of bases. The first one is reaction of acids with metal oxide. Students, acid reacts with metal oxide because metal oxides are basic in nature, and when they react they forms the corresponding salts and water. Now the word equation will go like this: metal oxide plus acid gives salt plus water. We will discuss two examples here. When copper oxide reacts with HCl, which is in dilute form, that is why AQ, aqueous, has been written here, it will form copper chloride along with formation of water. Next one is of aluminium oxide. Well, when aluminium oxide reacts with an acid, here sulfuric acid, it will form aluminium sulfate and water. One thing you have to keep in mind that aluminium oxide is an amphoteric oxide. By saying amphoteric, I mean that it's an oxide which shows both acidic and basic property. Means when aluminium oxide will react with an acid, it will behave like a base. But when we will react it with a base, it will behave like an acid. Now we have studied all the properties of acids and it's time for the bases. We know that bases are those chemical substances which convert red litmus to blue. For example, NaOH, which is sodium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide, which is CaOH whole twice. Now, in chemical properties of bases, the first property we will discuss is of reaction with metals. Strong bases reacts with metals and they form salt and hydrogen gas. The word equation will be metal plus base gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Now looking at the example, the first one is of when sodium hydroxide reacts with zinc. In this reaction they form a salt which is known as sodium zincate and its formula is Na2ZNO2 along with formation of hydrogen gas. Next one, when your sodium hydroxide reacts with aluminium to form sodium aluminate NaAlO2 along with hydrogen gas. Now students, we will see reaction of bases with non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. That is why they will react with base, and when your bases and non-metallic oxides they will react, then they will form salt and water. The word equation will be like this: bases reacts with non-metallic oxide gives corresponding salt and water. Now we are looking at some example. Here you can see calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is a strong base when it will react with CO2. CO2 is an acidic gas. Then they will form calcium carbonate, their salt, along with water. Now looking at the last example, when NaOH, sodium hydroxide, reacts with sulfur dioxide, then they will form Na2SO3 and water. So students, we have studied all the chemical properties of acids and bases. That's all students. Stay home, be safe, keep learning.